Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of All, and in this video we're talking heatset inserts. So in a previous video I talked about adding in screws during the printing process, which is great if you can do it, but it can be a bit of a pain. It requires you to stop the print, add the screw, and then start printing again. And then if you mess up the timing, then you're just going to cause a weaker layer because you've left too long between the print and when you restart it. So heatset inserts are a really nice option that allow you to add to your print after it's been finished. So these are heatset inserts, and they're really cheap. They're made of brass, they don't cost very much even for the ones that are fairly decent. And do get the fairly decent ones, and that means that they'll hold the insert in the print really securely. The other thing I'd strongly recommend you getting is an insert press. That's not a requirement, you could try using a soldering iron, but having something that's going to push the inserts in at exactly 90 degrees is really nice, and this Nuto press has done a really good job for me, and it comes with a load of other tools and bits that you might want or need to help get your inserts in. But most importantly, it comes with all the attachments of different sizes that you're going to want to put in the various sizes of heatset inserts. So I think it's really worth the cost. Also, I've got a discount code, it's in the description, that will get you 15% off of this. Not that this is hugely expensive to begin with in the first place. So just to demo how quick and easy this is, and later on I'm going to show you a really cool alternative use for this. I'll just grab my insert, find the right size press part, and then I'll just screw that into the press. All of the inserts tell you what size they are, so I need a 5mm hole, and I just added that to my 3D printing blender. Put the insert in place, turn on the Nuto press, and it's going to take seconds to heat up. I mean, it really is fast. Now mine's already set from previous use to go to 210, but you just use the plus or minuses to change the temperature that you need, depending on what material you've got 3D printed. Then it is really this simple. You just smush it down into the part. It's going to heat up the brass insert so it won't push in immediately. Just keep a slight pressure on and then eventually it will start going in. Just be warned that it will start to speed up as the part heats up more, so just check to see when it's flush, and then when it is, you're good to go. So there it is done, and importantly perfectly angled in the piece. Now I'm just going to quickly blitz through the other three just to show them being done, and quite obviously this box is a demonstration piece. Normally you'd have maybe a hole in it for wires if this is for an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi, or whatever you need it for. For day-to-day 3D printing, I actually think the next thing I'm going to mention is a little bit more useful, but I will say I'm currently in the process of moving house. The more astute of you may have spotted the flowery wallpaper that definitely isn't my wallpaper of choice, as we're currently staying in some temporary accommodation, which is interesting with a newborn when you're trying to record these videos. But when I get into my new place and hopefully start sorting out a gaming room, I'm really excited about using this to get some terrain that actually screws together so that you don't accidentally knock it and everything goes flying. So there's a lot of great use cases for these 3D print heat inserts. Now another use of the Nuto press that I think is really exciting is that it also works really well for inserting magnets. And if any geeks out there are like me, magnets are basically like Bluetooth.
Everything is better with Bluetooth.
Anyway, this is pretty easy to achieve. Just get whatever file you're using and add a sort of dimple shape that's just the tiniest bit bigger than the magnet you're going to use. Then get the widest of the tips for the Nuto press and attach that to the end. That's going to give a nice wide connection point to make sure the magnets are going in at a perfect 90 degrees. Heat everything up again, set the magnet in its place, and you're good to go. I'm using a 3x2mm magnet for this. Again, slow start and then speeds up as the magnet heats up. Just be sure not to press it in too far. I found a good technique for this is to get it most of the way in and then push it down onto whatever work surface you're using, as long as it's not like your good table or something like that. And another good tip for this, well actually for any time you're using magnets, is to get something metal and put the magnets on it to always know which way up they're meant to be. And now that I'm going to do the lid, I'll just flip it over and know that it's going to be the correct way up. Exactly the same again here, just use the heat press, get it maybe 2/3 of the way down, and then use the side of your table to get them pushed in the last bit of the way, and that'll give a nice clean surface at the end. And although it doesn't feel like it, trust me, these magnets are not coming out easily anytime soon. So I think I'm going to leave this there. Do let me know if you've got any other uses for these heat presses, and that Nuto heat press, just as a reminder, has that 15% off code in the description. Hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.